Good morning, guys. Joe Rad Trades here. It's Friday, November 22nd, and let's talk about what happened yesterday in SPY, and then we'll move into some plays that I'm currently in, some plays that I mentioned a couple days ago, and then some plays that I see today. So I mentioned that this line here would act as resistance at open, and it totally did. We pushed down further, got to the midpoint, and I think I might have mentioned that in my last video that midpoint would be a support level as well, and we brought that back up. And I talked about hoping, and I didn't think it was possible to get a bull bar here, but look what happened. We printed a bull bar. So again, anything above this is going to be extremely bullish. So if we open above here, I think we're gonna run. If we open below and we push above, I think we're gonna run. There's a lot of buyers down here protecting this level. So anything really in this general reach, you see where the wicks are. It's being extremely protected. We also bounced off the 20 EMA. Let me see if I can find that there. So this play looks pretty good if you want to be long here. Something to note, not very many big pull downs. There was two previously, not very many big pull ups or push ups. There's a slight wannabe pattern here for an anti-pattern, but there's not enough slope for me to consider that. So not really bearish technically here. And that's all I have for the SPY, right? That's what we're looking for. Now let's look into a play that I'm currently in here on TFC, a bank stock. I got in a few days ago, been waiting. I had a push up here. I got in back here. I had to push up the day after. I thought it was great. Then a gap down, and it filled the gap, closed strong, started strong the next day, went above it, closed weak, and then yesterday started strong, closed weak. But the good news is that we closed with the SPY or the SPX in terms of bull bar. We were with it all the way. So now you can see we're at 47. Hopefully we stay there because I think that this is going to run in the next couple of days. Ideal plays are something like this, right? Where I called it a couple days ago in my morning review. I said, hey, this stock is going to be great. Anything above here, you're going to buy it, or ETF, and it just ran. And this one too. So this was the volatility and the value index ETFs for the SPY. They both ran yesterday. What a great call. Awesome. We could take these off our list. Just wanted to show them to you. This call here was a potential short getting in if we went below this. That actually never triggered. So there you go. That wasn't a triggered short. This play I still love for a hedge. I didn't like the spreads on options, so I didn't take it. I don't like shorting stock because it takes a lot of your buying power. So I usually just use options for shorts, and this one, it's great. It's a great play. I think it even pulled down yesterday. It was weak when the SPY was strong. So those were some that I saw the other days, and I've called out, and a play that I'm in. Here's Penn. I like today, right? So what's happening with Penn is here is the second leg. Here's the first leg. The second leg stronger than the first leg. So we're seeing strength into this play. The entry, you're looking for there really wasn't a second entry. This is the first entry long if we get above this. So you can get in early. Just know it's lower probability, right? And I'd put my stop just below this where everybody else is putting it, unfortunately. And then you're 1-to-1 like up here. You could see what's good about this is like you don't have to get to the top of this where there's going to be extra like resistance and volatility. You could just cruise halfway through. There's also, like, if you're a liquidity trader, unfilled liquidity close by. So you can maybe, shorten your stop if you want to and try to get that liquidity for a 1-to-1. However you want to trade that, that's an option. What do I see here? I see in Meta. So this isn't necessarily a pullback. I should have put this in my slowing trends, but a couple weeks ago I called this slowing pattern here, and then we had like a double top, lower high, and then a lower low, and then a lower high, and then another lower low. So now we are either in a bear, a bull flag, or it's the beginning of a bull channel or trend. And so I think if we can print below this, if we break below this bar today, just today, we're gonna see some momentum lower, and you could, I don't know, probably put your stop here. I kind of just threw this on the chart, maybe something like that for a play on Meta. GM's interesting. So I called this a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I went over this, but you could see um, my lines here. So this was the measured move up here. You can see there was plenty of take profit as predicted, and we dropped down into this level. There was some free bars here, so potential climactic activity with these last two pushes, right? If it's not, we've got another target somewhere up here at like 60, 64.50. I do like this bar that printed here. I do like that we're holding above this 20. So there is potential. I would probably wait for a second entry long here, but that is me, given that there are potential potential climactic activity here. So if we pull this down, like this would probably be my play, honestly. This 1-to-1, I'd like to be protected. Especially if I get in early, I wanna let this one play out. There will be volatility that follows, especially like dividends is coming, so something to consider. I'll probably fade this though. Okay, bank stocks have just been strong, and they're very overextended to me, but like you can't fade what the chart's telling you. And so for that reason, I think we have a good potential long here. So yeah, I would buy above, a couple cents above the high of wherever this is here, and that should get you to a pretty fast 1-to-1 if this momentum continues. It's just been fantastic momentum for bank stocks. UEC, this one is a little weird. They had this climactic activity earlier. They had bad earnings back here. They've got earnings coming up. I just don't, and when I say bad earnings, I didn't actually look. Yeah, I mean that's pretty bad. So I like them because they're tight on liquidity. So you could see they're trading just 5-cent spreads. That's not bad. I like this move up. I like that they completely faded this, bar that could have brought them down if they got lower. Like the Bulls fought that. Yeah, if I get in, I'm getting in right above this bar, and my stop is down here, and I'm looking for that 1-to-1. So I think the potential is high here for this one, and would also be a high. I think that would be an all-time high for this stock if we got to that level. We're already at all-time highs, so I think that bodes well for the momentum forward and bullish momentum because markets have inertia. So I would consider that. Now there are some anti-plays today. I really, really okay. So let's start with Gilead. So we called Gilead for a long back on what was it, the 29th of October, and we went really far with this one. So now we had this climactic activity. We pulled back down. There is strength in this pull down from bears. There was a weak pull back, I guess, into bearish strength. So now we have, and these are very weak pullbacks from the bulls, very very weak fight on their end. Even though we followed the SPY, yesterday's SPY movement, I think if we short below this, you could possibly have an anti-play here. Wolf, I think this is my favorite one of the day for antis. You have the anti-pattern set up. I think you saw weakness compared to yesterday's strength in the SPY. So this is a great play for a short if you want to get aggressive, right below this bar, if you want to get aggressive and take a quick profit, maybe above the liquidity fair value gap here, uh, and take it right there. Or if you want to be a little more conservative, you can go above this bar, maybe above here. So those are options, but this is definitely my favorite. The spreads aren't great option wise, but there hasn't been much opportunity lately. So I've been seeing weakness in some of the tech stocks, so Amazon, Meta, in particular. And here's one of them. You have a potential for an anti-setup here. I do think, again, if we get below this, it might be worth taking that short, even if it's a hedge for some of your long positions. I know the liquidity is really good on this. The spreads are really good on this, so that can be helpful when looking, especially in an environment like this where there's not a lot of shorts to that are worth taking. So something to look at for Amazon. Also, to keep in mind for Amazon, they do have a heavy impact on the larger market as a whole, and so does Meta. So just keep that in mind. Cipher mining, I do like this. There has been talks about weakness in gold. I haven't actually followed gold, so let's take a look at that chart really quick. Yeah, so that's I was hearing weakness back in this area here. Didn't really follow it because I really just follow what's on my charts, and I mean there is weakness here, but I just didn't pop up on my scans. So there's weakness here in gold itself. I don't know what Cipher actually mines, but they're a mining company, and usually these metals kind of all um, follow each other for the most part. So this is another great and tight liquidity, tight spreads, so good liquidity here. I love this for a short as well. So if Amazon is too big for your pockets, this is another option. And I kind of got crazy with that, but you can see there's a potential play here. So yeah, that's what I have today for the market overview. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Good luck and good trading.